for
Craig and Ryland's Special Review Show.
I'm Craig.
I'm Ryland.
Welcome back to another review show. We have 5 tricks. 5 tricks. How we are doing 5 tricks this week, I don't know. We have
usually happens.
We've been on the road for how long? First of all, we're at Alakazam filming products. Then, after that, we caught a train up to Blackpool and we were there performing at the House of Secrets. We've been back in this house for less than 24 hours and now we're flying, well, not flying, but we're heading down to Eastbourne in 2 hours. Your life is insane, young man. Your life is crazy. And yet still we have time to do a review show with 5 products. This is ridiculous. But we have 5 products and I don't think there's anything bad. I don't think there is. It's all good. All good. So we're going to start off this week with a brand new product. It's called Triumph Kicker. Let's start with that one right now. So first up we have Triumph Kicker, and this is a new trick. It's a single trick. It's a trick deck, and what this trick deck allows you to do is do a very, very convincing triumph. And then after you've done the very, very convincing triumph, it allows you to have a kicker where all the cards turn blank. That's kind of it, really, isn't it? Before I do anything else, or I speak anything else about this product, you're going to see a full performance of this by me. So we'll have a look at the performance, and then after the performance, we'll talk about what we think.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to show you something with the deck of playing cards.
Okay.
Okay. We have 52 playing cards. They are all there. More importantly, they are all different. You know what I say? 52 cards.
52 possibilities.
Kaboom, kadabing. Exactly. 52 cards, 52 possibilities. Yep. I should tell you that the top card of this deck is very special.
Okay.
It's a special card. It's blank. You see that? It's a blank card. It has no front. It has a back, but it doesn't have a front. Okay. And this blank card has become very important. So I'm going to put it back over there. Yeah. And I want you to keep an eye on it. We will get back to that a little bit later on.
Okay.
Okay. Now I'm going to have you pick one of these cards, and I'm going to riffle my thumb down the deck like this. So I'm just going to riffle my thumb down the deck. You're going to say stop wherever you say stop. That's your card. Okay. So just say stop.
Stop.
That's great. Have a look at that card. You can show the camera if you want to. Just do not show me because I cheat. I'll look away. You got it?
Yeah.
Cool stuff. I'll take the card back. Just say stop.
Stop.
We'll put the card right back there. You can push it in yourself if you want to. Is that fair?
Yes.
It's fair. Move your hands off the table. I'm going to show you something amazing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the deck in around about, it's got to be roughly the middle. Well, actually, let me do it this way. I'm going to take half the cards face up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take half the cards face down like this. Okay? And I'm going to shuffle the cards face up into face down using one of these fancy Pharaoh shuffles. You can see that face up cards really are being shuffled into face down cards. In fact, if I spread through, you can actually see at that point face up and face down cards. Yeah. Is that fair?
Yeah.
And let me just move that out of the way for a bit. You can actually see, check this out, face up and face down cards all the way through. Yeah. Face up, face down, face up, face down, face up, face down, face up, face down.
Yeah.
And your card is somewhere in there and I have no idea where. Could be face up, could be face down. I don't know. Now, if I told you to sort all these cards out so they're all facing the right way, and at the same time, find your card, how long do you reckon it'd take you?
No, about 3 minutes.
I'm going to sort them out in 1 second.
What?
And find your card.
What?
See, it's like that. When I snap my fingers, move your hands off the table. Now, every single card has turned face down.
What?
And there's one card, and one card only, reversed in the middle of the deck at that exact point, which is the 7 of clubs. Is that your card?
Yeah.
Would you like to see me do it again?
Yeah.
Watch. I'm going to turn that card face down. Is that fair?
Yeah.
There's the card face down. Now watch. All I have to do is riffle. Done. And now every single card. Oh no, hang on, that's not right. Let me try that again. All I have to do is riffle. And now every single card. You know, I've done a different trick. No, I've done a different trick. Do you know what I've done?
What?
Instead, I've done something really weird. By snapping twice, the faces of the cards go completely blank, except for one card right there in the middle of the deck, which is your 7 of clubs. But you're probably wondering where the faces have gone, because all the faces are now blank. You want to know where the faces have gone? Where? Because all the faces have gone all the way through. Do you remember I put that blank card over there? If all these are blank, that must mean that these are where the faces go. Because now if you look at it, all the faces are on there, except for one card that's missing. The 7 of clubs, which is the card that you picked.
Oh my God.
So first of all, right, what did you think of that trick?
I think it's very good.
It is really
Yeah,
good.
it's really
There's in a way, in one small way, it's a little bit like a cheek-to-cheek deck.
Yeah.
However, it's not.
not.
It's not because
It's not.
the cards are specially printed. So although
Yes,
it works
yeah,
in one
very-
way like a cheek-to-cheek deck, it doesn't work like a cheek-to-cheek deck.
No.
My project Cheeky, which was all routines with the cheek-to-cheek deck, it was designed so that you can create an act. You couldn't do that with this. This is literally a one-trick thing where you do the triumph and then every card turns blank, except for the card. Now, one thing that I really liked about this is the tutorial was really thorough, wasn't it? It was like well over an hour long. They went through the main routine, which is what you just saw.
Yeah.
Then after the main routine, they went through lots of different handling options. They went through how to do it without a table by using a faro shuffle, how to use it on a table by doing a normal shuffle. They talked about different ways of actually doing it. They talked about different kickers at the end. They had a really nice way of doing it with a combining with John Bannon's Play It Straight Sam. So you had a run of a run of a suit. They talked about how to do it with 2 cards. They had the 52-on-1 kicker, which you saw me use in the main routine.
Yeah.
They just gave you a lot of different options.
Yeah.
Now, positives on this, first of all, it's a really well-constructed routine.
Yeah.
The Triumph looks very, very deceptive because of how the cards are printed. The Triumph is very, very deceptive.
Yeah.
No table is required.
No.
So, you know, that's a massive plus as well. No table is required. And, you know, as long as you use the faro shuffle. And there's lots of different options in terms of the finale of the trick. There are a couple of negatives, just so you should be aware. The first negative is there is a bit of a reset. Because you're going to have to go through, it's going to take about a minute to a minute and a half to reset this trick, and you can't do it in front of an audience. So you have to kind of go somewhere and reset slowly. That's just something you're going to have to do. Now, that's something to bear in mind, but you are going to have to reset this trick. It is going to require a reset. So if you're working somewhere like the House of Secrets, for example, and you kind of have a place to go backstage before you go up to your next group of people, it's not an issue. But if you're busting your ass on a corporate event and you're going from person to person to person, that reset becomes a bit of an issue. The second thing is the cards cannot be examined in any way, shape or form.
No, they can't.
Now, I know... Okay, so I've got a lot of experience doing cheek-to-cheek. And when you use cheek-to-cheek deck, the deck can't be examined. But the way that I do it, because you can just reset it immediately, I can kind of show that the cards are normal. And the problem... Right, okay. So when you're doing cheek-to-cheek, and even though it's not cheek-to-cheek, I'm comparing it to that because there are similarities. When you do the cheek-to-cheek deck, the cards are turning face down. You give the deck a cut. You can show the cards in the face. You can show them in the back. Everything looks good. It's not like the entire deck is changing. When all of the cards have turned blank... That's kind of a crazy moment right there.
Yeah.
That's like a, whoa, hang on. Every single card in this deck has turned blank. I question whether people would want to look at the deck or not. I'm not too sure because I've not yet performed this for real people. He does say that one of the reasons for using the kicker card is because it puts the emphasis on the 52-to-1 card and takes the emphasis off the deck. And I do agree with that. But I'm just a little bit concerned when it's so clean, and it is clean, because you've got so many displays of backs, you've got so many displays of faces, that when you actually get to that point where all the cards turn over and they all turn blank, are people going to want to examine those cards? I don't know unless I performed it in the real world. That's the only negative. Now, it might not be a negative, but I think it's concerning enough to actually bring it up as an issue. And it's kind of almost a victim of its own success. It's so strong, and the kicker literally comes out of nowhere that you kind of think, well, will that be an issue or not? The way to get around that is to ring this in, and they don't talk about this on the project, but the way to get around it, I think, is to ring this in as part of a set. So you do stuff with a regular deck of cards, and then after you've done stuff with a regular deck of cards, you then switch the deck for this, and you finish off with this as a finish, because you can't go anywhere after this because the cards have turned blank. I mean, what else can you do?
Yeah.
What's your thing on that? Do you think it's an issue or not? I'm not sure myself. I don't know.
I don't know if I want to examine it. That's the thing. I know I would.
You would want to examine it, but you're a little sausage.
Yeah. I would.
With a layman, if you're focused, do you reckon putting the focus on the 52 on one card is strong enough misdirection to move people's attention away from the deck? That's the question I've got. I think potentially. I know it's not an issue with a regular cheek-to-cheek deck, but that's because there's not anything insane happening like a deck turning blank. When a deck turns blank, people are like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. Let me have a look at the cards. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. But having said that, I do imagine by Harry Nardi and Peter Nardi, and nobody ever wants to look at the deck with Imagine. So maybe I'm just being overly worried about something that's not worrisome. I don't know. Which you've seen me do Imagine in the real world loads. You've done Imagine.
Yeah.
And at no point has anybody said, let me look at those cards when they turn blank. That just never happens.
You did it every day at the House of Secrets.
I did, every day.
Your little rainbow deck.
My little rainbow deck. The rainbow decks, by the way, it is a different thing. That's a new trick coming soon.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about that one. I don't know. Exactly. I don't think that's. I don't think it's too much of a problem. I'll find out. This is the perfect trick for a review show revisited, but I don't think it's too much of a problem. As it stands, I really like this. And am I going to do it is the question. It's very similar to cheek, and I do cheek all of the time, as you know. Like I don't leave the house without my cheek deck. So I don't know if I will do it. I definitely want to try and do it, and it would definitely fit into my repertoire. Whether it stays there, I don't know. I'm going to give it 90%. I think it's really good. I know you saw it and you're immediately, oh my gosh, I want to do that on Instagram. It's a great Insta trick. But would you actually do it in the real world? I'm giving it 90%. I think I will. What about you?
Yeah, 90.
90% as well. Yeah. Okay, cool. So this is 90% for Ryland, 90% for me. It's a really nice idea, really cool concept, very easy to do.
Yeah.
And if you already do cheek, then there's nothing new here in terms of methodology. So yeah, really, really good. 90%, well done. Let's move on with the next project.
Yeah.
So we are back with Cash by Tenyo Magic, and we've been quite critical of Tenyo recently. Some of the stuff that they've brought out in recent years I don't think has been very good. However, I think they're back to form. I think this is one of the best Tenyo tricks I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
This is incredible. I'm not even going to tell you what it is. If you follow anybody on social media like Ryland, or there's a lot of other social media magicians that have done this, then you'll probably have seen this before. But if you haven't, let's just do a performance first, and then we'll talk about what we think.
Okay, so here I have a Sharpie and I have an empty envelope. Now I'm going to prove that this is an empty envelope by putting the Sharpie through the envelope. So it's an empty envelope.
Yeah.
You can see that it's an empty envelope. Jan, now do you want to know how magicians make their money?
They charge for the gig, people pay a deposit, then they pay the balance maybe a week or two before the event. What? I'm doing it all wrong.
This is great, Ryland. I mean, this is really, really good. And what you just saw Ryland do, it looks that good in person, up close. It looks that good. You have a black envelope, you show it's empty, boom, the money comes out of it, and it can be real money that you can then use for whatever routine you want to do. And what I like about it is it's not like the money just appears inside the envelope. It appears sticking out the envelope, which makes it look even more deceptive. And when I saw you do this, because you picked this up in Alakazam, didn't you?
Yeah.
In fact, Wayne Goodman bought you this. What do you want to say to Wayne?
Thanks.
Wayne was in the shop with Ryland, and I came back out of film, and he's like, oh, I bought Ryland a trick, and he bought Ryland this. Thank you, Wayne. It shows the type of person that Wayne is. When you showed me this, because I hadn't really seen it, I was fooled. I didn't know how it worked. I was like, how does that money get there? And then you showed me, and I was like, damn, that's clever. And it really is clever. To be clear, it's really clever. Now, I was worried about the practicalities of it. And then you said to me, no, it's really practical. Because you can have this envelope in your pocket.
Yeah.
And when you
just can't have it set unless you've got a ball.
You can't have it set, but you can bring
you
it.
You could if you had a
bulldog clip or something. That I was thinking you could have it so that the back of the envelope is towards the audience, and you could literally, as you're talking to them, set it up in front of them.
Yeah.
And then you just turn the envelope round. You show it's blank. You put your little pen through. Boom, money appears.
And you don't have to put a little pen through if you don't want to.
No, you don't. You just like doing that to show it's empty, don't you?
Yeah, it says you can if you want to. there.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
And you can make any amount of money, any amount of currency appear. You can make £10, £20, £30, $50, $100. You can make whatever you want to appear in there, can't you?
Yeah.
And it is super visual. Let's be honest, right? If you could really do magic, if we could really do magic, you'd probably make money appear. You know, like, you know, if you could really do magic, you'd be there making money appear. And how many times have you been to a gig and a punter has said to you, oh, yeah, can you make a tenor appear? Or something like that. That happens all of the time, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So to have that ability to then go, well, actually, I can make money appear. Watch, I've got this envelope. You can see through it. There's nothing in there. Boom, money. Thank you very much. And you just give the money out and you can use that money for any other routine you're wanting to go into. It's killer. It's easy to do.
Yeah.
There's no angle considerations.
Yeah.
There's no table required. It's almost self-working.
It is self-working. You just need to let go.
Yeah, exactly.
You just need to lose some grip.
The reset is almost instantaneous. You just put the money back into the wallet.
You just go bam, 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 to reset.
Yeah, exactly. And like Ryland said, if you don't want to set it up in front of the audience, if you get a bulldog clip and clip the bulldog clip to the top of the
T-shirt and the thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like get some blue tack and then you pull it off, but hold it, you turn it around and then you go bang.
There you go.
And if you accidentally lose the grip, you can either just reset it in front of them.
And you can't examine the envelope, but there's no heat on the envelope, is there? The heat's on the money, and you take the money out and you immediately hand that out to them. They can examine the money. There's not really any heat on the envelope. It looks really good if you're a social media magician.
Oh my god, they made like 50,000.
Well, that's nothing. But if you're a social media magician, this is brilliant. If you're a close-up magician, this is brilliant. I would even go so far to say, if you're doing a kids show for older kids and you bring out an envelope and you go boom and you make money appear.
Yes.
I mean, right? That's great for kids shows.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you could build that into a presentation. Kids at like the age of 7, 8, 9, they love money. You love money, don't you? You know, having the ability to make money appear like that, really, really good. And I think that we need to get 2 of these. And the reason I think we need to get 2 of these is because I think with 2 of them, you could have some crazy moments. I think you could do transpositions. I think that if
you know what? I did buy another secretly.
Did you?
Never told you.
Oh, okay. Well, this is good. I didn't even know this. Okay. Well, that's good because that means that...
I thought you could go bang.
Yeah, I think there's a lot you could do. And you
Wait.
combine it with the Himba wallet, I think you can do even more.
Yeah.
Imagine talking about pickpocketing people and you put £30 in a wallet and you get somebody to hold a wallet over there and you say, let me show you how to take that money out. Boom. And now the money's here and you open up the wallet and it's gone from there. I think there's a lot you can do with this. I think there's a lot.
Yeah, Himba wallet.
I think there's a lot. Yeah, there you go. You caught on eventually. I think there's a lot you can do with this. As it is, I'm going to give this 100%.
Yeah.
I think this is brilliant. What do you think?
I've got 120.
120. 120% for...
It's Alakazam, isn't it?
It's not Alakazam, no. It's Tenyo.
Oh.
Does it get less than 120 now?
Oh, yeah.
No, you really
100.
like this.
Yeah, 100.
Only 100? Come on, this is amazing.
110.
110.
110.
He never knows. 110% from Ryland, 100% from me. This is brilliant. This is absolutely brilliant. So next up, by Alakazam and Ace Magic Studio, we have Paranormal and RandomEyes. 1 method, 2 killer effects.
Yeah.
And it is. You get 2 tricks, but the 1 method works for both tricks, which sounds weird, but it's not. So first of all, let's have a look at a performance of Paranormal. Now, Paranormal got released a little while ago by Ace Magic Studio, didn't it?
And we brought it when we were at Alakazam.
Yeah, we got this when we were at Alakazam. We've never reviewed this before. This is kind of a re-release, and RandomEyes is the new one. Let me perform Paranormal for you so that you can see exactly what it looks like, and then we'll talk about what that is and what RandomEyes is. So let's just have a look at performance first of all. So, Ryan, I've got some playing cards here. But they're not playing cards. First of all, they're bigger than playing cards.
Yes.
They're also blank. They're actually ESP cards.
I saw the circle
Extra
as well.
sensory perception. Now, in a deck of ESP cards, and you know this as well as everyone else, there's 5 symbols.
Yes, the
You've
square,
got the
the wavy
square,
lines, the
yeah, you've got
star,
wavy lines.
You've got the star, you've got the circle and the cross.
Yeah, exactly. A whole bunch of different ones, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to show you something absolutely incredible with this, okay?
Yeah.
And you're going to make all the decisions here. I'm just going to give them a bit of a mix-up, and then you can give them... do you want to give them a cut?
Yeah.
Yeah, complete the cut. Do you want to give them another cut, or are you happy?
One more cut.
Are you happy?
Yeah.
Now you're going to cut the cards into 2 approximately equal piles. And this trick is all about choices. Are you happy to cut there?
Yeah.
You can turn one of those piles face up. It's up to you which one. That one?
The star.
Okay, now what's going to happen is you're going to eliminate 3 cards. And by eliminate, I mean you're just going to place them over there. But they can go from the face down packet or they can go to the face up packet. You're going to get rid of 3 of them. When you've got rid of 3 of them, whatever the 2 cards that are left, we're going to put them to one side.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, which 3 would you like to get rid of? It's totally your choice.
Is that star?
No, we'll just, that was an example, but any 3.
That one. That one.
That one.
That
So they all go over here out the way, and whatever these 2 are, we'll put together over there. Let's do it again.
That one.
Gone.
That one.
Gone.
That one.
Okay. We'll put these 2 together. Want to do it again?
The star. That one.
Gone.
That one.
Gone.
That one.
Gone. We'll put these 2 together. We've probably got enough to do it one more time.
That one.
Gone.
That one.
Gone.
That one.
Gone. These 2, yeah?
Yeah.
Haven't really got enough left, so we'll just dump those. Okay, so you made all the decisions, didn't you?
Yeah.
You chose which ones to get rid of.
Yeah.
If you got rid of them from a different pile, it would have ended up completely differently.
Yeah.
And there's a whole bunch of circles, there's a whole bunch of squares. We mixed them up, we shuffled them, you mixed
Yeah.
them up, you mixed them up.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Do you believe in extrasensory perception, ESP? Having, like, the ability to know things without even realising you know them?
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. You decided to keep these 2 cards together, and there's 2 crosses. You decided to keep these 2 cards together, and there's 2 wavy lines. You decided to keep these 2 cards together, and there's another 2 crosses. And then finally you decided to keep these 2 cards together, and there's 2 stars. And that is just plain weird. Okay, so if you've been watching Magic TV for a while, you'll know that last year we did a review show special on Christmas tricks by Ace Magic Studio. And they brought a trick out where there were Christmas presents, and there were putting Christmas presents into different piles and seeing if you could tell which present was which. And that was also based on the same method that they're using for Paranormal and RandomEyes. What you just saw is a really cool trick.
Yeah.
Because...
It's so good.
Yeah, because...
Yeah, because you got... So I don't even understand how it works.
Yeah, I know you don't.
Like, how do they match, honestly?
And that's the thing. They just match. It works itself. Now, there is a reset to it, but the reset can be done openly in front of the audience and literally only takes a couple of seconds. Like, this hasn't been reset. You just literally, I could reset this in front of an audience in seconds. But it's a really strong routine. Now, the one consideration to take into consideration that's worth knowing is that you do need a table for this. And that's worth mentioning, that you do need a table for this. But other than that, it's there's no real negatives to it. It's really strong. If you're doing...
Could you do this with kids' hand stuff, like dealing into their hand?
You might be able to.
Have the 2 parts, deal it into their hand, and then when you're done, put it in your pocket.
Yeah, you know what? I think you could. And what I've been doing while I've been talking is I have been resetting the trick to show you how easy it is to reset. So that is now reset and ready to go again. And these cards, by the way, are regular ESP cards. So if, for example, you wanted to go into this routine by taking 5 ESP cards out and doing something like a traditional ESP matchup routine, or you wanted to take 10 ESP cards out and then go into this routine, you can.
Yeah.
Because these are regular ESP cards. So you can use, or you could do RandomEyes. Is it called RandomEyes? Sorry. You can do, Paranormal. You could do Paranormal first if you wanted to. And then after doing Paranormal, you could then go into any of the ESP routines that you want to do, of which there's thousands. So this is really good. Completely self-working method. You will learn this within seconds. There's a studio performance by Martin, which is a really good thing. You know, I always say, I'd rather have had a live performance, but at least there was a studio performance. So I can see how it plays, and I can see the timing on it and everything.
Yeah.
But this is good. This is good. This is really, really good. Self-working.
almost an instant reset. It's not instant, but you can do it in front of the audience.
Yeah.
And it's very interactive because you can get multiple people involved. And as Ryland said, he doesn't really know how it works. I haven't gone through the method with you. He doesn't really, it's very fooling. Now, what's the other thing that you get with it? Well, you get, you get this, which is called RandomEyes, and it's basically the same thing. So you show a prediction, you put a prediction down there.
Why did you show it?
And you don't show it, you just put a prediction down there. And you get some extra cards, but we won't talk about those. And then you talk about how you've got photos of lots of different people, right? And then you can, you don't need that one either, so we don't need that. So you get lots of photos of lots of different people, and they can look through these, and all the photos are different, right? So every single photo is different, and then you can get them to, you mix them up, and then once you've mixed them up, they mix them up, and you can tell them to give them a cut and complete the cut. So the same method as before, and then you say cut them into 2 piles, 2 approximately equal piles, so cut into 2 approximately equal piles, and then turn one of the piles over. Fantastic. And then when you turn one of the piles over, you're going to eliminate cards. So you're going to put cards to one side. You're going to put 3 cards eliminated, and then whatever 2 cards are left, we're going to put them together. So eliminate whichever 3 you want. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3. So we'll take these 2 and we'll put them together, and we'll do it again. Eliminate 3 more. 1, okay, go on. 2, 3, and we'll take these 2 and we'll put them together and eliminate another 3 cards. 1, that one, that one. Okay, so we've got this one here, and let's do it one more time. Eliminate another 3 cards. That one, and that one, and we'll put these 2 together. And that was a free choice, wasn't it? I mean, there's loads of different photos, loads and loads of different photos. And this is my prediction. It's actually a motivational quote. Look at this. The hardest thing to see is what's in front of their eyes. Now, that doesn't mean much to you, but I want you to have a look. So we've got pictures of 2 women there, and we've got pictures of 2 people there, and we've got pictures here, and we've got pictures here. Does that mean anything to you at all? It doesn't, does it? No. And yet there were random pictures of all of these people. Now, the interesting thing is you can have a look through those, and you can see that some of them were wearing glasses, some of them weren't, some of them have different eye colours. Now, let's have a look at these 2 people. Both of these people, if you have a look carefully, they've both got bright blue eyes. Do you see that? They've both got bright blue eyes. And these 2 people, they've both got brown eyes. And these 2 people, they're both wearing glasses. And these 2 people are both wearing sunglasses. And the prediction was all about the eyes. And even though there's loads of pictures, loads of different eye colours, loads of different people wearing glasses, not wearing glasses, you were able to separate everybody into pairs of very specifically sunglasses, glasses, brown eyes, blue eyes, and I have no idea how you did that. So exactly the same method, but it's more subtle. It's not like ESP. They don't realise what's going on until they study it. And you get lots of different motivational quotes that are all about eyes. You can even get some blank ones so you can write your own. So very clever idea. That's by Gary Sumpter's adaptation of Martin's original paranormal trick. Martin Peirce. Martin Peirce, who created this, by the way, also created your favourite Alakazam trick of all time. He created the Food for Thought. It's the same guy. Same guy. So that's what it is. I really like this. I think this is really good. It's not normally the sort of thing that I would do, but I do mental magic. And I like the interactive element of this. Yeah, I really like this. I'm going to give this 90%. What about you?
120.
Oh, of course, because it's Alakazam. 120% for Ryland. I thought it would be. I'm going to give this 90%. I think this is really good. Is this going into your set?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. 120% from Ryland, 90% from me. The nice thing as well is, as well as the eyes, as well as the ESP cards, if you like the method, you could apply this to anything. So you could get some blank cards and you could write down, I don't know, fast food restaurants. And you can do it for fast food restaurants, and they end up like, burgers. Look, you got 2 McDonald's. You can, once you understand the method, you can adapt it to whatever you want to. So if you were doing a trade show, for example, and you were had lots of different products. You can do it with the products on the trade stand. It's definitely a method that's worth knowing. So it's really good. Let's move on with trick number 4.
Yeah.
Okay, so this time we have Michael Skinner's U3CM. U3CM stands for Ultimate 3-Card Monty. Now, I remember this coming out decades ago. This used to come in a little jiffy bag with, I think it was like a yellow and black front, and all you had in it was like a little pamphlet, and it had a picture of Michael Skinner on the front holding some cards. And this became really popular when I think Bill Malone featured this on his first set of DVDs, and I'm going way back and I'm showing people how old I am. And Murphy's have the rights to this, and I think they got the rights when they bought L&L Publishing, I'm not too sure. But they've just repackaged it and rebought it out as the Ultimate 3-Card Monty. Exactly the same thing. The only difference is they've updated the tutorial. Now it's one of my favourite people presenting it, which is Javier Fuenmayor. And Javier does an amazing job on the tutorial. I have to be honest, I haven't watched all the tutorial. You have. The reason I haven't watched it is I already know U3CM. And I do like that at the beginning of the tutorial, for the first 6 minutes, Javier does like a recap, like a reminder section. So if you've had this years ago and you forgot how to use it, he just briefly goes through how to do it, so that for people who have had it years ago but that haven't done it for a while, it reminds them how to do it. You didn't watch that. You've never done this before, so you went straight into the full tutorial. And Javier, did he do a good job of the tutorial?
Yeah.
And he normally does. He's a really good guy, Javier. So, look, here's a performance of Ryland doing it.
Yeah.
He only learnt this, like, yesterday. So, but he's been practicing it. He's carrying the cards around everywhere. You can't get them off. They're somewhere over there. They're there. Yeah, he's got them everywhere. You can't take them off him. You can prise them out of his death grip. So let's have a look at Ryland performing this, and then we will talk about what we think.
Okay, so as you know, most of the gamblers, they say they've got 3 cards. They say they've got the 3 of clubs, they say they've got the ace of hearts, and they say they have the 2 of clubs. So they've got these cards, they mix the cards up like this, and this, like that.
Mm-hmm.
They turn the cards over, they say that they have these cards. Mm-hmm. Now you see the ace, we're going to put the ace there, and as you can see, these cards are the 3, the 2. Put the 3 there, we're going to put the 2 there.
That's fair.
Now the gamblers do this sneaky move, and do you know what happens then?
What?
That card's now 3. This card is a 2, and this card right here is now the ace.
Well, he could not see the switch.
Yes, I know. It's because the gamblers are sneaky. Like, you take the cards like this.
Okay.
You mix the cards up like this. Like
Yes.
this, yeah? You show the cards. You have the cards. You'll show the cards like this.
Mm-hmm.
They say they put the ace up at the top of the ace.
That is definitely
Yeah,
the
they
ace.
put the ace there. They take the 3. They put the 2. They put the 3 there and the 2 there. Because they do this sneaky move again. And what happens is that's now a 3.
What?
That's a 2. And this one right here is now an ace.
That's insane.
It is, isn't it?
Yes.
Look, we'll take the cards like this. We mix the cards up like this.
Okay.
We show the cards like this. We show the cards. We say we take the 3 away. So it's easier because you've got 2 eyes, there's 3 cards.
That's the 3.
We'll take the 3 away. We've got the ace, we've got
That's the ace and the 2.
Give them a little mix up. Like that.
Okay.
We've got the ace, we have the 2. We'll put the ace there, put the 2 there. Now when
The ace is there. The ace.
They do
The
the
ace.
sneaky
No,
move.
no, I don't care. The ace is there.
They do the sneaky move.
The ace is there.
That's now 3.
What?
That's now 2.
Don't
The
tell me.
ace is over.
That's insane. That's ridiculous.
So that was a great performance, Ryan. Here's the thing. Since Ultimate 3-Card Monty, I refuse to call it U3CM. I'm sorry, I'm not doing that. Since the Ultimate 3-Card Monty came out all those years ago, there have been so many other versions of 3-Card Monty that have come out since then. Versions with gaffed cards, versions with non-gaffed cards. Corner of Piccadilly is one I do all the time. What's the other one? Stand Up Monty by Garrett Thomas is one I do all the time. And you kind of forget how good this is until you watch it being done again. But damn, this is really, really
I've had
good.
an idea, like how they can examine the cards.
Oh, right, okay. What's your plan?
Okay, so you give them a whole deck.
Yes,
They look at it,
yes,
and then they give it you back.
yes,
And you know you do a Gambler's Cup, you take them away.
yes.
You do it, but take it off.
Oh,
And then you do that thing where they pick 3 cards, and then you and then you say you got the 2, the ace, the 3.
yes.
Yeah, and then you do the trick.
Okay, that's really good. I really like that. That's great. That's really good.
So where they can examine the cards.
Was that your own idea, or did Javier go through that?
No, that's my idea.
Nice, bro. Good thinking. Very, very good. Yeah, I mean, look, it's a self-working 3-card Monty. It's not self-working, but it's not difficult, is it?
In the middle.
It's in the middle. You struggled a bit because you're left-handed.
Yeah, and you can't. There's no way to do it right-handed. I mean, left-handed.
So you had to. Are you okay? Do you need a drink?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. So you had to basically learn this right-handed, even though you're left-handed, which is insane. So he's left-handed, but he had to learn this right-handed because it won't work for a left-handed person. So if you are left-handed, please be aware that you cannot do this left-handed as you normally would. You have to do it right-handed, don't you?
Yeah, it's like, how am I supposed to do? Oh, he's right-handed. Oh, and
Yeah.
to do the whole thing like he was sort of like.
Yeah.
Because usually you can just copy from it, because you just like get the thing, because obviously.
They're right-handed. You're left-handed.
Yeah, and you just grab it in the same hand as them, but this time I had to turn it out and then I had to do it.
Well, you should learn. You should keep away from Darwin Ortiz then. Darwin Ortiz, one of my favourite card magicians, is left-handed. So if you learn his stuff, you're going to be having the same pain.
I'll do it.
But yeah, so Ultimate 3-card Monty, really, really good. It stood the test of time. Some tricks that have been released years ago don't stand the test of time. Some do. This absolutely does. It's a great little trick to take out and do. And although the cards can't be examined, okay, that's the thing. The cards can't be examined. But there's so many fair displays in there. People think that they're seeing absolutely everything. There's no moment where people are thinking, oh, okay, I'm not, I want to examine those cards. That never happens because you're seeing displays on the fronts and the backs all of the time. Yeah. It just looks like pure sleight of hand. Yeah. People will give you credit for being more skillful than you actually are. And if you want to have them examined, use Ryland's idea of throwing them into a regular deck and switching them out at the end and switching them in at the beginning. I really like this. I'm going to give this, I forgot how good this was. I'm definitely going to be doing this. I'm going to give this 95%. This is incredibly strong. 95%, what are you giving it?
I'm going to give it 98.
98?
100%.
100%. He really loves it. 101%. 101% from Ryland. What did I say? 90 odd.
I don't know.
90. Let's go 95. It's really good. 95% from me. 101% from Ryland. Well done, Murphys. Another great Murphys release. U3 Ultimate 3-card Monty. Let's just move on now with the final trick. It's an Ellusionist trick. So finally up today, we have the Vanishing AirPods by Ellusionist, skill level 0, it cannot fail. Almost every magic kit on Earth has the famous ball and vase gimmick inside, but if you take that to the street, you'll be laughed at. The new gimmick takes the bulletproof method and applies it to something we've all seen or used, AirPods. It could not be easier. Show the inside, close it, have the spectator open it, and they're gone. The case is empty. Yeah, I mean, that's true. All of what he says, whoever, Mr. Ad Copywriter, is true. This was created by Lloyd Barnes. I think this is the last trick that Lloyd Barnes created before he left the company. And they've got round to releasing it now. And it is what it says. It is a Vanishing AirPods. Now, the case is great. I love the case. It's going to keep it nice and safe. It's a nice metal case, so that they're not going to break. Ryland has the AirPods here. Oh, they're in my ear. They look like AirPods. This looks like an AirPod case. In fact, when Ryland was learning this, I haven't got my AirPods down here with me yet. When Ryland was learning this, he held that next to my own AirPods, and I couldn't tell the difference between the two.
I was like, Daddy, which one's which? And I showed it all the sides. And he only noticed it's only because of that little part.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you got the little charger, you got the little white thing, you got the.
It's great.
Back.
It really is. And when you're not using it.
And even when you show it inside, though.
Yeah, it looks real. It really does. It looks so good.
And bam, it's gone.
Yeah, when you're not using it, they go in here and they keep it nice and safe, which I really like.
When you're using it as a gig, you take it out.
Exactly, and you just throw it in your pocket.
Yeah.
So let's first of all do a performance of it. I'll get Ryland to do a performance. We're still playing around. The tutorial on this is good. It's simple, but it's good. It does what it needs to do. However, I I think that the best trick for these AirPods are yet to be created. A lot of internet magicians have been doing this. I've watched Magic Singh, Harry Nardi, a whole bunch of the social media guys have been doing this on social media. And I think that the best...
I really like this.
Yeah, I know you do. Let's just have a quick performance, look at a performance. Let's have a look at a performance of this right now.
Okay, so here I have an AirPod case, an empty AirPod case, and
Where are the AirPods?
2 AirPods in my ears.
Dude, there's nothing in your ears.
I've got, really, earwax.
Just earbags. Yeah.
Okay, so I've got invisible AirPods. Look, I'm going to put the first one in there like that. Look, you can see that first one is in there. When we have the second one, we're going to put that in there. You can see that AirPod.
I can't see anything. They're just invisible.
That's because you've got to shape the invisible dust stuff like that. And once you've done that,
What?
you get the AirPods.
There's AirPods in there now.
Yeah, you can see the AirPods.
That's crazy.
But when I snap my fingers again, because they're now, the AirPods are gone in the back of my ears, you just can't see them. Because they are invisible.
So I like that approach. I like the idea of not... Because you're seeing a lot of people on social media at the moment taking the AirPods out, vanishing them, and then having them go back in the ears, which is fine, but that's not something that you could do in an actual gig, really, without a lot of audience management.
Yeah, you'll go.
Yeah. I like the idea that you just used there, which is, hey, these are invisible AirPods. Let me put them back inside the case. Boom. Now they're visible. But if I snap, they become invisible and they're back in the ear. I like that. That's a really nice
put
opener.
them all in the case so I can do some magic for you.
Yeah, I like that. That's a really nice opener. I like the idea
So
of...
I have my AirPods, you can look at the AirPods, they're normal, you can feel them.
Yeah.
Well, you can't because they're invisible, but still.
The other thing that I think you could do quite well is actually having a couple of AirPods palmed in your hand, showing the AirPods and almost doing an AirPods across. So you put the AirPod case down there and you produce the first AirPod, you produce the second AirPod, you put them there and you show the AirPods have gone from here. And then you close them up and you put the AirPod case back there. You then vanish these 2 AirPods, snap, they've gone and they're back inside there. I think that'd be quite cool. Almost like you should do that for Instagram.
Yeah.
Almost like a coins across, but with AirPods. I think these are fun to play with.
Yeah.
These are really fun to play with. I never thought I'd say that because the cash trick by Tenyo is really good. The Alakazam trick is really good. The Triumph Kicker is really good. Ultimate 3-card Monty is really good. But I do think that this should be Trick of the Week.
Yeah.
It's the ultimate everyday carry.
I know what my second is.
What?
U3CM.
Yeah, U3CM, you love that, don't you? Yeah. But this is the ultimate everyday carry. You just throw that. You bought 2 of these, and the reason you got 2 of these...
Where did the AirPods go?
They're inside there.
Just to do AirPods across, with them, you go bam, bam.
We'll be seeing a lot of stuff
bam,
going
bam,
on
bam,
Instagram,
bam,
yeah.
Bam, bam.
You 2 of them, it'd be crazy, wouldn't it? But what was I saying? I was making a point here, which was this really is the ultimate everyday carry. You just throw it in your pocket and you take them out.
Yeah.
Even just something as simple as somebody says, "Hey, have you got a trick?" "Oh, I've got my AirPods here. I tell you what, watch. Do you see my AirPods? Watch." Boom, they've gone, and you've got the AirPods loose in your pocket, and they go, "Look." And they're in the pocket, or you bring out 2 AirPod cases, a real AirPod case that's really got your AirPods in, and this. And you go, well, look, I've got 2 AirPod cases, but I've only got 1 set of AirPods. I'll show you right now, the AirPods are in there. And watch, if I snap my fingers, they vanish from here, and now they're in there. And you can have a look at those. There's so many different ways that you can actually go with this.
Yeah, but
There's
your
so many
AirPod
different things.
Case is gross.
It is gross. I need new AirPods. It is very gross. I love this. This is getting 120% from me. This is brilliant. This is brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. I think this is great for gigs, great for everyday carry. This is an amazing opening routine when you're doing walk around. I think it's something that everyone can relate to.
Yeah.
There's nothing bad about this at all. It's easy to do. The tutorial's good. It's just brilliant. I love this. I'm giving it 120%. What about you?
Yeah.
120%.
119.
119%. 119% from Ryland.
So Lloyd made this one.
Lloyd made it, yeah.
Yay.
119% from
Thanks, Lloyd.
Thanks, Lloyd. We love this. 119%
In fact,
from
you
Ryan.
can tell him on the podcast. You're literally doing it about 3 minutes.
Well, I'm supposed to be filming the podcast 2 minutes ago. In fact, he's just messaged me. What's he said? Morning, bro. Just a little bit late. I'll be on in 10 minutes. Oh, that's 4 minutes. Right, let's wrap this up. Right. Okay, so yes, I love this. 119% from me. 120% from me. We're going to wrap this up really quickly. I've got to get on a podcast with the man himself, Mr. Lloyd Barnes.
And that's another review show in the back. That's another review show in the bag. That's another review show in the bag.
It is another review
That's
show.
another review show in
Again, podcast, 3 minutes. There is another review show in the bag. Guys, thank you once again for joining me right here on Magic TV. If you haven't already done so, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. If you haven't already done so, please go check out the Netrix. It's www.thenetrix.com. Go check that out and find out what all the fuss is about. You can join right now. And we've just had a whole bunch more courses come up by myself and by the legend himself, Steve-O Watson, who has just joined the Netrix. And if you haven't already done so, please follow Ryland on YouTube and Instagram. You're now on over 11,000 subscribers, which is just insane. So well done. And he's almost on 1,000 YouTube subscribers. So if you haven't already followed him on YouTube, your stats are going up. Everything's looking good. Well done, buddy. You social media god, you. We'll be back next Wednesday with another Craig and Ryland. Are you going to be so famous soon on social media that you're not going to do the review show with me? Or are you going to branch off and do your own review show?
I did a review show.
Good. Okay, good. I'm glad about that. I was really worried then. We'll be back next...
Boys.
Craig and Ryland.
Review show.
Absolutely. We'll be back next Wednesday with another Craig and Ryland review show. Thank you once again for watching.
One minute.
We'll see you again soon. I'm Craig.
I'm Ryland.
Thanks very much. Take care. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.